So this release came out sometime last year. I don't know. It might have been end of last year. I didn't really pay attention to it. I heard it was being released. I didn't pay attention to the notes because honestly, after Torino 21, the other ones I just didn't love. And so I never really wanted to pay attention to this. But based on a few people that I was talking to, as well as Jeff from SoCal Sense, another reviewer, I decided that I was going to blind buy this, and I found it on scentrush.us for $145. Right now, also, if you go to my community tab, I also posted a sales thing a couple days ago for Olfactory LLC, where I believe it's $155 as well, or $145. But with that said, today I'm doing my first impressions, and I hope I love it, of Xerjoff's Torino 24, released last year. Pretty cool box, too. So without further ado, let's get it. What's good, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Randy, aka FragranceDoud, back at you with a first impression of a brand new release that came out. Again, it was late last year. I don't know exactly when, so it might not necessarily be a new release. But as you guys know, when it comes to designer releases, I try to pick up as many as I can. A lot of the indie companies I follow, I do as well. But when it comes to the higher end design, higher end niche, higher end like private blends and stuff like that, I don't really pay attention to the new releases. I just grab them based on what people want me to pick up, things that I'm hearing a lot about in the community, stuff like that. And this was one of those. It didn't start popping up as like in stores, I guess, until like this month, last month. And so people started talking about it just this month and decided to pick it up. The price was right for it. So again, first impressions today of this. This is Xerjoff's Torino 24. Pretty cool box. It looks like it has something to do with the ATP finals in Turin, which I guess is tennis. I don't know anything about it. All I know is that I love the color blue, and yeah, if I can even, I always hated the Xerjoff boxes. I'm gonna break the bottle trying to get this out. Let's see if I can push it out. Yep, there we go. So here we go. There is, if you've never seen a Xerjoff box, that's what it looks like. And it pops open, has the two little felt things, and there you go. It's the Xerjoff box, Xerjoff bottle, as always. And I got the 50 milliliter because all of the rest of my Xerjoffs are 50 milliliters, and I like them to match. But there you go. And there is the thing. You could tap it with your phone, and it connects to the Xerjoff website or something like that. But yeah, really, really nice. I don't know anything about this outside of it's supposed to smell like mango and bubblegum. And it sounds pretty good to me. So let's get this sprayed on, and hopefully I don't have to yell at some people for having me buy this. And I'm not gonna. That smells fantastic. That smells amazing. I mean, when you hear mango and bubblegum, it's kind of hard not to like that. But surprisingly, I'm getting more than just mango here. There's more of like a citrus zestiness, maybe like a little bit of mandarin orange and lemon. And then there's some other fruits in there, a little bit of maybe plum. And I love plum. You guys know it's one of my favorite notes. Yeah, surprisingly, so the mango isn't as forward for me. Yeah, because I know Jeff called it mango and bubblegum, and so maybe when it starts to settle, you get more mango. But right now, I'm getting citrus. I'm getting some plum. I'm getting a little bit of mango. Definitely a little bit musky in the background. Yeah, I really, really enjoy this. I also, when I bought this, I also bought Mebasu Passion Island. Which I'm going to do a first impression of that after this video. And then whenever I come back for my full reviews, I'm going to do a tropical haul full review where I'm going to do that one and the Mebasu Passion Island because I also have another tropical fragrance, kind of tropical, but sangria. by Lorenzo Pizzaglia, and so I'm going to do those 3 as a full review compilation. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about Torino 24. It's a little bit lighter. Definitely has a little bit of orange blossom and musk mixing in underneath it. Maybe a slight floral. I don't know if that's kind of like a magnolia, a lily of the valley, but the orange blossom is definitely there. Maybe a little bit of jasmine. That's very nice. It's very nice. It's not necessarily leaning unisex. It's not leaning unisex. It's not leaning feminine, but it's definitely unisex. I could see some guys who like the more masculine fragrances calling this feminine. But honestly, if you're somebody who likes masculine fragrances and you're trying out tropical style fragrances, 99.9% of the time, you're not going to like them because they're going to be unisex. Most tropical fragrances are unisex. And I mean, depends on what your style is, but a lot of them do have a slight femininity to it. It's just how comfortable are you in your own skin? This does start to drift into kind of like a plum mango mix. The citruses are already starting to wane, but a plum mango mix with this bubblicious underneath it. It smells like bubble tape or bubblicious underneath mango and plum. It's very, very, very good. Yo, that's really nice. I didn't expect this to be that nice because again, Torino 21 is a mint bomb. It's mint herbaceousness. You get a little bit of those blue tones, a little bit of citrus. It's a very, very beautiful fragrance, but it's not for everybody. Torino 22, it's nice, but they started to go downhill. It was like Torino 21 was the king of the hill. Torino 22 was like, meh. Torino 23 was really meh. And now we got Torino 24 to come back to be that king of the hill with Torino 21. 2 different style of fragrances and both knocked it out of the park. At least right now. I mean, I'm going to come back in about 45 minutes, but as of right now, this opening is top notch. Pretty damn good. But yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you guys on hold for about 35, 40 minutes. It doesn't seem like it's going to change that much, but we'll see, and I'll be right back. So I wanted to take a second and stop and talk to you guys about where I got this and just show you a little bit about it because they've been very helpful to me. They discounted these fragrances for me. They sent me some new releases, and that is scentrush.us. I'm not sponsored by them. I love the owner's such a nice guy, so I figured I would say something in the middle of the video. So I gotta say, he has full bottles. They are the lowest price that you can get decants pretty much anywhere. And as far as full bottles are concerned, he does sales all the time. Keep an eye out on their Instagram. If you ever want to have a discount, use DOUD5. If there is nothing on his Instagram, sometimes he runs 20 to 30% off sales, but DOUD5 will give you 5%. I don't get affiliate from it, just want to help you out for that. But with that said, I mean, if you're looking for Torino 24, if you're looking for a decant of Louis Vuitton's Imagination, best prices, scentrush.us. But I just want to give a shout out to Joey and his son for allowing me to have some of these bottles that I wouldn't have had before. So thank you. All right, my great smelling dudes. So we are back. It's only been a half hour. This is Torino 24 by Xerjoff. Brand new release. That's starting to hit stores again here in 25, but it was released in 2024. I just got my way around to it, and thank goodness I did. Because, again, it opens up. I had to respray the opening. But it opens up with a beautiful citrus blend, which smells like orange and lemon. And then underneath that, you get some mango and some plum. I could be completely wrong about that, but that's just what it comes off to me. And then underneath all of those, you get this like white musk that's just pretty much in almost every tropical fragrance that you find nowadays. It just becomes a base layer. And then some florals. You get a sweet orange blossom, and then you get something, like I said, I don't know if it's magnolia, jasmine, something. It doesn't come off straight up like jasmine, but it seems like it might be a creamy jasmine. But really what the florals do is they create this almost bubblicious smell under the fragrance, mixing with those fruits, while the citruses are on top. As you start to get about 10 to 15 to 20 minutes into the fragrance, as the citrus starts to wane, the fruits and the florals kind of start to separate, and you get more of the plum going down, more of the mango pulling up, as Jeff said from SoCal Sense, and that's where it becomes more like a mango bubblicious with a slight touch of plum and white musk. You get a little bit of what feels like a little creamy woodiness, so sandalwood, some kind of Palo Santo, something like that. Either way, it smells great. There's a slight powdery tone to the fragrance that's coming from the floral, but it's not overly floral. I don't really like florals that much, but I mean, this is great. It's not going to be as like high quality as what you get from Lamari Porthole, but it's not going to be as kind of like synthetic, tropical like you get from Icon, which is a really nice fragrance in its own right. It's just one has very naturals and one doesn't. And this is kind of right in the middle there, but I mean, it smells like mango and bubblegum with, so I mean, you're going to be looking a slight bit more synthetic anyway. This would wear great on a women, wear great on women, wear great on men. It's going to be more of a summertime fragrance for sure. Could you wear this in the spring and the fall? Yes. Would I recommend it under 40 degrees? No, it's just not that style. But it has that kind of undertone nuance that you get from a lot of sweet and fresh fragrances that have that kind of musky sandalwood like Edition Blanche, stuff like that. It doesn't smell like Edition Blanche. It's just, if you want to know what the background of the fragrance smells like, just picture mango with bubblicious and then underneath that is this kind of Edition Blanche-esque backbone, which is something similar to like the Forward by Mind Games, how that is that kind of powdery, woody, semi-floral backbone with some sweetness. And this is very nice. And then again, this one, after about 35 minutes or so, so right now on my hand, the only drawback to this is it is light. It starts out like moderate to a little bit above average, but at about 30 to 35 minutes, it's starting to get a little bit lighter, so you will have to spray this a lot and spray it on clothes. But I mean, it's for 145 bucks. I don't care if it's only gonna last an hour to 2 hours. I'll just respray it, because this is the type of fragrance you want to wear to the pool, you want to wear on a beach, you want to wear like tropical situations, pretty much any time during the summer like that. But yeah, I'm interested to see how this acts in the heat, but I'm gonna give this an 8 to an 8.2 out of 10. Is it my favorite tropical fragrance? No. Is it one that you should definitely try out? Absolutely. I think it is really it's in my top 5 tropical fragrances that I've tried. It's simplistic. The opening is a nicer blend. It's more simplistic as you hit the dry down. Again, it's more just that white musk and floral with that mango on top. It's a very nice fragrance. I recommend trying this out wholeheartedly. It's just, do you like really strong fragrances? Do you not? I like more light fragrances, so I actually really enjoy this fragrance. Yep. So that is Torino 24, new release, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Again, I'm going to get some good wares on that. And then I'll come back once I get my first impressions of the Lorenzo Pizzaglia Sangria and the Mabasu Passion Island. Then I'll come back and do a full review probably in about 10 to 15 days once I get full wares out of all of them. But yeah, great fragrance. So thank you guys so much. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.